There is a quote that is well known to fans of Star Wars. Do or do not. There is no try. This is rather strange quote, but it does hold truth to it. For an aspiring occultist, this is a treasure that should not be ignored. Let us take a deeper look. Peace. It is an honor to have you here. We still have physical stores, so I suppose that everyone will relate to this situation. You walk into a store and find a flute. You see it and think, wow, I want that. I want to learn to play. You move along and in next 5 minutes you forget about it completely. This is common experience, right? Now another scenario. This one a lot of people did not experience at all. You walk into a store and see a flute. You decide that you want to learn to play it. You buy it, and since then, every day you practice and play it. You probably see the difference. First is wishful thinking, while the second one is expression of strong intent of disciplined mind. The famous quote goes, do or do not. There is no try. In other words, you could say, you do think or you don't do think. If you try, you don't do it because you never get it done. Another usual scenario. You decide to start drawing. So you go to store, purchase costly pencils and papers. You get them home, put them into your room in style, make a video about it. You take paper, make one or few sketches, and then you stop. You just stop and go for something else, or just return to your normal behavior. And since then, the pencils collect dust. There is a religious saying that also has wisdom to it. You cannot serve two masters. While in its original meaning it is about God and the devil, when put outside of religious dogma, it remains just as important. Ask yourself, who is your master? Whose desires and dreams are you fulfilling? If you do some proper introspection and are able to take a look from distance at yourself, you will find out that most of the time you are serving someone else, not yourself. I'll change the language here and reformulate the question. You are a slave. Who is your master? Let that sink a little. Speaking about slavery is triggering. Sorry about that. But I believe that it hits the right spot when it comes to why we fail so much in fulfilling our own dreams. It is because we are not masters of ourselves. Who is our master? Nowadays, huge slave master of many humans are social networks. People do whatever they can to please this master by being online, posting and even trying to get as much interesting as they can be in hope to please their master. Some are also serving their master in order to get some money. Look, nothing against influencers. I myself am obviously running a YouTube channel, as you probably noticed. But the difference is in why are people doing it. For me, YouTube is a hobby. I do these videos in my free time as a creative hobby. I am not dependent on how well it is received, and thankfully, I'm not addicted to it. I don't allow myself to become addicted to social networks. It means more isolation, but hey, it also means that I have more time for occult practice and hobbies like drawing, reading books, or matcha tea ceremony. That one I can actually recommend. It is a cool experience and can be pretty challenging if you find it hard to just be. But let us be honest. When you create a beautiful home for yourself, don't you own it to yourself to sit down and fully experience the place, to fully live there for a moment? Addiction is a very obvious example of being enslaved by something or even by someone. Visible enough not only by others, but often by the affected person as well. Unfortunately, visible forms of slavery is far from being only way of how we are being enslaved. Again, the social networks. But it can be enslavement by real people too, be it a mate, friend, parent. These are called toxic relationships for a reason. You forget who you are and what you want, and even if you remember from time to time and try to go for it, you are dragged back into submission, whether you fight or not. And we almost never fight it. Sometimes we become too apathic or lazy to fight back. But about this slavery situation, how to actually get out of it? Fortunately, there is a way out. Every addiction can be fought and defeated. If you can liberate yourself from alcohol addiction, you can liberate yourself from other dependencies and slavery too. Some can do it alone, others need professional counsel. No shame in seeking help of a trained professional. Since I'm not a trained professional, I cannot give high quality advice. I can only share experience and stories. I had to beat a video game addiction. When I was too long without playing the game, my hands would start to shake and I was getting nervous. I was able to beat this addiction by taking time off and move physically far, far away from that game for 2 weeks. It was an unpleasant experience, but I was able to free myself. Again, keep in mind that I am me, not you. Quitting something is difficult, but starting something is even more challenging. It is not about not doing, but actually about doing something. And here it shows who is your master. If the master that you serve is you, then you command yourself to do something, and you do it. If your master is someone else, even if you remind yourself, you won't do it. My way of expressing self-mastery is becoming your own master, meaning that you are a slave to yourself. You are a slave, but you are also master who controls the slave. Master decides that you need to do something every day. Slave you will do it. If not, master you will force you to. It is a little harsh imagination, and honestly, at least it does work for me. But how many others, I cannot tell. Maybe it will work for you. Maybe you need something else. I'm not you. I'll bite into it a little more. If you are a slave to your master, does the master means well with you? Are his demands in your best interest? This is usually not the case. Usually, everyone seeks their own benefits. Benefits of other people are usually not there, or they are in the mind of the person, but not in reality. So, if you are master of yourself, even then, this should be considered. Do you truly care about yourself? Do you love yourself enough to even care? Know yourself. Seek out who you are and how do you see yourself. If you need help in this matter, seek some professional. No, not me, really not. I'm just a solitary dark mystic and occultist. I'm definitely not a psychologist. Even though I can do a lot with myself alone, I'm too well aware that my methods do not work for others. Surely not for everyone, and not for many as they work for me. However, I'm still pointing this out because we cannot solve a problem if we do not realize that there is a problem in the first place. If you want to be in control of your life, of yourself, and guide that discipline, you need a reason for it. a motivation that will not fade in few days. Find that motivation. Be in control of yourself, because if you won't, someone else will. And most likely it won't be for your benefit. Find a way to enslave yourself for yourself alone. Then, when you choose to do something, you can make it a law upon yourself. Because, let us be real, you should not expect that doing something is pleasure every time you do it. Practice can be really boring. But if you want to become good in something, you have to practice it again and again, no matter how boring or annoying it feels. This kind of willpower over yourself is called discipline and self-control, and there are other names too. I dare to say that obsession is also one of the names. It is one of so needed basics for magic. If you cannot make yourself practice every day, you won't develop the skills needed. If you want a strong muscle, you need to work out. If you want strong mind, you need to do the same. And strong mind, disciplined mind, is powerful mind. Discipline is treasure for the occultist. When we compare people who are gifted and those who are disciplined people, even if weaker, have way more success because they have stability in their work, which gift alone simply cannot offer. So, be it meditation, playing flute, or drawing with pencils, once you start, you are the one who has to keep you on the track. If you won't do that, you just tried, but you didn't do it. Do or do not. There is no try. Thank you for your time. Go in peace and guard your heart well.